This weekend, the Virtuosi Concert Series presents Nordic Gods, music of Nielsen and Sibelius, amongst others, performed by Carl Stobbe and Andrew Armstrong. Opening the show is virtuosi young artist Paulina Gonzalez, who has joined me in the studio this morning. Hey there, Paulina.
Hi.
Welcome to Classic 107.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. I want to begin by congratulating you on being a virtuosi young artist.
Thanks.
How's it feel?
I was really excited when I heard that I was one of the winners for the Virtuosi concerts. I'm very excited to perform.
Oh, and rightfully so. So just before we get to your performance that's coming up on Saturday, you're currently completing your master's degree at the Des Hôtels Faculty of Music. Yes. How's that been going?
I'm just going to be completely honest. It's really, really fulfilling. It's really nice to be in such a good program in school. I love my professors. I love Tracy. Yeah. She's amazing.
Everybody says the same thing. It is a unique experience studying with Tracy Dahl, and it is so gratifying.
Yes, exactly. It's also really overwhelming because it's so much work, and we tend to be perfectionists. so that's kind of my own problem, my personal problem. But I'm getting through it, which is good. But just in the end, I know I'm gonna have a really, really good experience.
So this is your second year at the U of M, and you're working towards your master's recital, right?
Yes, this is actually my third year. I was in a 3-year program. But yeah, this is my last recital, which is happening in May.
Yeah, just a couple months away.
Yes.
Well, that is pretty exciting. You've had a lot of performance opportunity here at the U of M with the Chamber Opera. Back in November, listeners might have seen you in Rodrigo, the Handel opera, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that performance? How was it?
It was really fun. I learned so much from everyone, not just my professors, but my friends and colleagues. It's really hard. I always say that because I struggle a lot with just focusing on doing what I have to do and doing it right and having fun at the same time. I loved the music. This is the first time that I ever sang Handel.
Yeah.
And so, it was really a great experience and just learned a lot.
Well, I was going to say, is Baroque opera something you gravitate towards? But this was your first time really performing Handel then?
Yes, first time performing a Handel role and also music by Handel because I haven't done it that much either. But I really liked it. There's so much coloratura.
Yeah, there is a lot of voice movement, that's for sure.
So that it's also good to learn other type of music that I never do because it just opens up more roads in my voice. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. In addition to performing with the U of M, you've also performed with the Manitoba Underground Opera here in the city. Most recently in that past project, the summer Lost Voices. Tell us a little bit about the composer and the music you were performing then. Very different from Handel.
Oh yeah, very, very different. So this is this set that I did with Underground was by Angela Peralta. She was a Mexican composer. I chose Mexican composer because I'm from Mexico, so I was just trying to bring some of that here and just learn myself from her because I also never done anything by her before. I just heard about it, but so she was from Mexico. She studied in France, and the songs, they were just about love. One of them was in French, which is very weird to me because she was from Mexico. So one of them was in Spanish, but they all related to each other in the way that she was writing about love. And it was really nice to sing at the St. Boniface Cathedral because I got to sing in an open space, outdoors. So I don't know, it was really nice because I was singing and I would see people walking on the outside, and they would just look at where we were, and they would just come to us, and I just felt so good about that because I thought, okay, they like it a little bit, so they're coming closer. So
well, the reviews were great, and Angela Peralta, I was just reading about her. They're called the Mexican Nightingale, is what she was called, a 19th century opera star who toured the world, like you said, and like you mentioned, you're Mexican.
Yes.
You were born there. How did you end up in Winnipeg?
The question that I always get. I used to live in the United States. That's where I learned English, and I moved back to Mexico to start my undergrad in music. And when before I graduated, I always wanted to travel more and learn from other countries, So I always saw Canada as a possibility for my future because I've been in the States, and I thought about Europe, but I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I just had a good feeling about Canada. So I started researching universities. And it's always University of Toronto that you hear about, or McGill. But there was something about this university. I read all of the professors' curriculums, and I was just in love with all of them, and they also seemed very humble and just loving. I don't know how you can get that from a website, but I did. I had no idea who Tracy was because, there's so many sopranos everywhere, right? But once I came here, I know that everybody knows her, and she's the best. I'm sorry, but she is. She's the best teacher and best soprano that, in my opinion. So I don't know. I guess I was just really, really lucky. It just came in my way, and they picked me. Thank God. And they helped me out.
Oh, fantastic! And we're lucky to have you here. I'm curious. Can you talk about your earliest musical memories? Like, were they classical memories?
You mean like singing?
Yeah, like singing wise, or like were there other musical instruments that you played? Like was it a classical background, or was it more folk inspired? Was there no music in the household? Like I'm just genuinely curious.
No, my parents always have music. My dad loves to sing. My mom loves to sing. Everybody in my family sings, not professionally, but they love to sing.
Yeah.
But it was a mistake, I guess, for me to go into music. I was in high school in the States, and you know how they give you optatives, and they tell you can do dance or choir or something else.
Yeah,
I don't even remember. Band,
yeah.
I didn't know music at all. I was like 16 years old, and so I chose dance, obviously, because my sister used to do that, so I liked it too. And the class got full, so they put me in choir.
Sure.
So I was there, and I'm like, okay, where am I? What's this? And I just loved it, obviously. She was actually my choir director. She's actually from Canada.
Oh, wow.
And so she taught me a lot, and I started singing on my own, and I saw this girl that sang really nice, and she had a vibrato, and I started doing one. So, you know the story. It's really... I just started little by little, but I guess that could be my earliest memory.
And here you are. You've ended up in Winnipeg, about to perform as part of the Virtuosi concert series as a Virtuosi young artist. You're going to be performing some music of Joaquin Turina, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you'll be singing?
Yes. Okay. So, Joaquin Turina is a Spanish composer. I'm doing 3 songs from his set, called Poema en forma de canciones, which means poems in the form of songs. The reason why I chose it is, it's a funny fact. I came here my first year, and Mel Brown told me, you should do Joaquin Turina. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, okay, I've never done that. And so I really liked him. His style of composing is very close to... I like to sing a lot of Mexican folk songs in the classical style.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what he does with his music, but in the Spanish flamenco kind of style of genre. So I chose this because it reminds me a little bit of me, specifically this set that he did. There's something that he said about this specific set. He said... oh my gosh, I can't remember, but it's about living his own. He said, a true civilian doesn't know his own country until he leaves it. And so that reminded me so much of myself, because I was always thinking, when I was back in Mexico, I was always thinking, oh, when I live to Canada, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to study. So when I got here, I'm doing all of that, but I'm also thinking, wow, I left this big thing that's part of me, who I am, and my family and my friends and my country. So I just want to do what he did with his own music. I just want to embrace who I am, and show that to everyone, and just be that, Yeah,
and share it with us here in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And Paulina, I think audiences are very much going to enjoy it.
I hope so.
Lisa Rumpel will be at the piano accompanying you, right?
So wonderful Lisa.
Yeah, the always wonderful Lisa. Yeah. I want to thank you so much for coming in this morning. It's been a pleasure to have you on Classic 107. Wishing you all the best on Saturday. I'm sure it will be great.
Thank you so much.
Virtuosi young artist Paulina Gonzalez. The soprano opens for Carl Stobbe and Andrew Armstrong on Saturday night. That's this Saturday, February 1st. The concert at University of of Winnipeg's Eckhart Grammaté Hall, 7:30 p.m. Visit classic107.com for all the links and details.